It's my man Ace Harris, Lasana Ace Harris.
Yeah.
Super producer, also the A&R Reach Records. He's produced music for the likes of Lil Wayne, the likes of Nicki Minaj, Kid Ink, Coffee. As we're talking about what you've done, I think that brings up a pretty critical conversation. A lot of people wrestle with this whole sacred, secular kind of divide. You are a Christian, pastor's kid, and you have also produced music for Lil Wayne. Has anybody had any critiques or has been critical of that?
I just kind of dealt with it in stride. I mean, the biggest thing that was a concern for me when I started to do some of that work was I was a church leader and a youth leader, so I had kids that I was doing Bible study with on Sundays. And then I'm also posting about a song with T.I. featuring Chris Brown called Private Show. That interesting situation it definitely challenged me to be more articulate in the why, and also be, more importantly, an example in how I carry myself around, different people.
There is a issue with secular and sacred. Like, there's a lot of tension about that reality. How do you reconcile it? Like, what's your...
I feel like for me, I try to put the why before the what. So, like, why am I doing this? In terms of whether it's a right or wrong, or do or don't, I just try to look at it like, man, we gotta be in it, not of it. So you can still use your gifts to impact and influence, but just my presence in the business, it's impactful.
Yeah, I could tell a million stories about the benefit of us being in these spaces and places. What lessons have you learned in even navigating your own, like, your identity in those spaces and places, and what it means to be in those spaces?
I get my value from God, you know what I'm saying? I don't need Nicki to be like, oh, y'all beats is dope. I don't need T.I. to be like, oh, y'all killed that. It's about keeping the main thing. But when I was 22, 23, God knew not to give me some of them things then, bro. I would've fell off.
So what there's young producers out there. What would be your advice to them? Like, what would you...
Make sure your why is more important than your what. So why am I doing this? Is it to post on Instagram and get a bunch of clout? Or is it sincerely for the love of making music, and by that I'm giving God glory? I feel like sometimes in the church people have this like fear of like, oh man, you're out in these dark spaces, they're gonna influence you, and it's like, yeah, and that's a real...
Which could happen.
Could happen, sure.
Right, but...
I look at it like I tell my son when he gets older, like, nah, bro, you go to school, you influence, don't be influenced.
Right.
Yo, Ace, you wanna try that? No, I'm cool. You don't do that?
Right.
No, I ain't saying you doing this wrong, but I just walk a different route. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's try to just be confident in who I am. And
that's my thing. Is I don't condemn, but I don't condone. As a Christian, if Jesus didn't condemn you, what am I going? Or why would I try to do that? What would be some tangible advice for an artist who's like, man, I don't know if I want to do music like explicit church music,
right?
But how would I navigate the mainstream with my art, with my talent, with my production, my writing?
I would say you gotta just have accountability around you so you can navigate sincerely and have discernment around each, like, do or don't, you know what I'm saying?
Excellent. Yeah, I would totally agree with that. As you navigate these spaces and places, make networks, make connections, but always, like Ace was saying, keep people around you who know the real you. You gotta know who you are,
right? Because
if you don't know who you are, somebody else is gonna tell you who you are, and you lose your identity.
Facts.
Real quick. Do it because you love it. Do it because it makes a difference. Do it because you're having a good time. So if you need some more tangible advice, hit that follow button. Shout out to Ace.
Hey, yo, thanks for watching. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Also, check me out on Instagram at LECRAE, Lecrae. Blessings.